holy cheese balls, this just might hold the record for the most unique different number of riffs on the same album. Metalheads, welcome to Graphic Metal, where metal is celebrated with design in mind. This is the best power/symphonic metal albums I heard released in the month of March 2024. But first, my take on a few fan favorite bands' albums. Warp Speed Warriors by Dragon Force, a power metal album released on March 15th. Question: do they intentionally do this? Are they wanting to be back in being a pop band and just focus on only a few songs and then half-ass the rest of it? This time around, they tripled down on the cheeseball effect and harness their Ailstorm. Power of the Triforce, Burning Heart, and Space Marine Corp. Those are the three songs that I'll keep playing. But the rest of it I could do without. Doomsday Party. If you actually like that song, which apparently it seems like a lot of people do, I hate to break it to you, but it's been done much better. Lordi, the band Lordi, captured this style of campy power with a fusion of disco way more effectively on their album Superfly Trap, which was one of a 7-album series called Lordiversity. I'll do a video on this collection another time because it's incredibly underrated and it's a sensational, ambitious work of art that no one talked about. And if you don't believe me, just listen to the song Believe Me. But look at it this way. At least it's still better than their competitors. Glyph, who is on tour with them, actually. Yipes. But the Dragon Force album, I'm going to give this one, Grafikmetal rating gives it a 65. Clear Cold Beyond by Sonata Arctica, a power/symphonic metal album released on March 8th. I love power symphonic, but I've never been a fan of this particular band. And this album is no different, but they have a massive following and are beloved. So out of respect to all their longtime fans and the fact that they've been doing this for a very long time and have been uberly consistent, I'll put it on the list. Just don't expect anything other than their typical delivery, including the keyboards being the center of attention, which I always was annoyed by. Nonetheless, Grafikmetal rating gives it a 67. Okay, and on to some honorable mentions. Heroica by Opera Magna, a power metal album released on March 1st. I never, ever complain with hearing some bagpipes. And the symphonic background pieces can be really strong in combo with some powerful vocals. At times, it can be a deadly punch. Production is mediocre, though. It lacks like oomph, and I mean, everything except for the vocals is just kind of drowned out. They come via Valencia, Spain, and to my surprise, have been around for a long time, but just have only four album releases at this point. A half decent Spanish album that has a Falconer vibe to it. If you're into that like profoundly epic power metal, give it a shot. Grafikmetal rating gives it a 74. Stand and United by Firewind, a power metal album released on March 1st. This band has come a long way from their early days of pretty much just being like a showcase of talent kind of band. Originally forming in 1998, this band comes via Greece and has released up to this point 10 albums. Nothing but standard blueprint is on here, but unlike the many other power albums released in March, this one had a lot more consistency. It's one of those albums you can listen from beginning to end because there's really no weaknesses or bad tracks. No shocker here, but as it always is with them, another god-awful album cover design. Shame on you. But the album is produced really well with the typical allotment of a lot of melodic choruses to sing along to, and the breaknecking speed solos from Gus G. It's okay. Solid. Grafikmetal already gives it an 82. Okay, and now we are on to my pick for the number one best power / symphonic metal album of March 2024. After Lifelines by Rage, a power metal album released on March 29th. Here's to our Rage, album 26 for this legendary German power giants. Well, P.V. Wagner and his revolving musicians, that is, celebrating their 40th anniversary. And talk about a party to celebrate. They ambitiously decided to release their first ever double album, length at a whopping 86 minutes long. Whew. So, how does it hold up? Oh, it holds up. In this rage against water, as if it was the last source of water that remained in all the lands. No clue how they pulled this off. But the craziest frickin' thing about it is how diverse and balanced it is. Despite it rarely ever slowing down at all until the very end. Where they get major bonus points is for their willingness to not be stuck in the old times and adapt to the new times and bring some like hardcore, even sometimes djent and prog like riffing into the fold. But don't worry, it still is 100% Rage with all the same glory of symphony, solos, and catchy sing-along choruses they have always been known for. And yes, you want riffs? This album is for you. Kinda half tempted to count just how many there are if anyone actually wants to take this on, because there's a good chance that this might hold the record for the most number of different riffs on one album. Some song highlights. Water War is legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Lifeline, just like the album itself, is just epic. Boundary pushing. Rager that packs, it's like it packs in their entire career into one song, be it a 10-minute long song. Under a Black Crown is an example of bringing some, modern breakdowns into the mix. Afterlife does Judas Priest better than Judas Priest. And I also really love the ending of the album, as if it's trying to depict itself as a movie. The curtains fall, the credits start to roll, and it fades to black. That's kind of the representation of their last 3 songs, the sequence on the album. Not once in their career have they ever had a good album cover, though. And this design is no different. Thankfully, they make up for it for the ambition and the music, but you guys can only look to that, your lack of brand design, as being one key reason why you never got the attention that you so rightfully deserve. But nonetheless, congrats on 40 raging years. Whew. Grafikmetal gives you a score of 90. And that was the list. More of the subgenres for March are coming soon. Until the next time, cheers and keep on rocking.